can get outside because you know the
What
time was
up?
still
What up?
on.
What up? It's Spotlight Sports. We in this motherfucker. I will say this: our
Four, five
predictions this
shot.
week was better last week.
Yes,
Was
sir.
better than last week, but there was still upsets. Even though we said there probably wouldn't be too many upsets, I don't know what's the bigger upset: the Panthers beating the Falcons, or the Seahawks taking out the Eagles.
Probably
I
see
don't
how it's
know.
taking it.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I ain't gonna count.
Yeah, turn right down.
Ooh,
Definitely, definitely Seahawks, Eagles. I feel like that was a.
yeah.
I knew the Panthers had a good chance of beating Atlanta divisional game, but I told you, fuck them Falcons. Fucking Falcons. Fucking Falcons.
Yeah, yeah. I I I couldn't believe that. I was sitting at the crib. I was like, the fuck is this? Wasn't the worst game of the year, but damn, it's honorable mention.
Yeah.
But go ahead, turn this brightness up. We about to get into this tonight. Might as well just wait the extra 30 seconds for the timer to go off. Give Hawk Life a couple extra seconds while I go over the scores like we normally do. Got like 6 more weeks left of football.
Yes, indeed.
We grilling people today.
Uh-oh.
All right. Before Hawk Life even get mad at me, I'm gonna tell you there's some things that you're not gonna like.
Oh, shit.
All right, so Chiefs is sitting at 141 wins. Hawk Life is sitting at 133. The Chargers 21, Raiders 63. We all won that one.
Mm.
Vikings 24, Bengals 27. We all lost that one. Steelers 13, Colts 30. We all won. Broncos 17, Lions 42. We all won. Giants 6, Saints 24. We all won. Bears 17, Browns 20. We all won. Falcons 7, Panthers 9. Hawk Life 1. Bucks 34, Packers 20. Chief 1. Jets 0, Dolphins 30. We all won that one. Chiefs 27, Pats 17. We all won that one. Texans 19, Titans 16. We lost that one. 49ers 45. Cardinals 29. We all won that one. Commanders 20. Rams 28. We all won that one. Cowboys 10. Bills 31. We all lost. Ravens 23. Jaguars 7. We all won. Eagles 17. Seahawks 20. We all lost. So, like I said, it's 141 wins for Chifa, 133 for Hawk, and Lyrics in third place. He's sitting around about 120 somewhere in there.
Let's
Uh,
talk about it.
yeah. But I'm gonna talk about this first game. Whoo! This is my honorable mention. I just want to say that off rip. It's just the one game that out of you know what I mean, top five game of the weeks. This was game 6. I know it's probably Hawkeye's first game of the week, but I'm gonna throw it out that if I had to give an honorable mention to any team, it was between two teams with the Saints and Rams and the Bills and Chargers. Even though the Chargers are not really in the playoffs, that's why I gave the Saints and Rams the honorable mention. But I just like Justin Herbert and Josh Allen going after each other. But Justin Herbert's not there, so that's why it also wasn't an honorable mention for me. But the Saints are 7-7 versus the Rams at home, 7-7, and I went with the Rams because, geez, that offense is kicking right now. I seen, like I said, they just played the Ravens about a week or two ago. And it was just crazy. It was crazy watching the Rams. They got a good running game, good passing game. They still got Aaron Donald. But I can see the Saints winning. I just feel like when Derek Carr gets pushed out of that pocket and he gets uncomfortable, that's when we see the more inconsistencies at him being quarterback. But I do think the Saints defense all around can put a little bit of stops to the Rams offense. So it's going to be a good game. They're going to go tooth and nail because this is a playoff atmosphere for both teams. The Rams trying to get in there. The Saints trying to win the division so they can get in there. But like I said, I don't know. I went with the Rams on that one, but I already know Hawk Life's going to go with the Saints, but I'm not mad at them. I ain't really got no qualms with it. I just hope Derek Carr come to play. That's the one where he better be on that great Derek Carr. It's not like the other games we were talking about where we don't need Derek Carr to play at his best. This game, you gonna need Derek Carr to play at his best. You got one turnover maybe that he can do, and that's it. No fumbles. It's you're gonna have to minimize mistakes to beat the Rams.
Well, let me say this: Saints got a top 10 defense, maybe 6 or 7, sometimes 5 and 4 at times. I think they can handle the Rams' offense. The question of the day in this game is gonna be: is the New Orleans Saints offense go step up and help as much as they can, better than they have in the last 2 weeks they've been playing pretty decent. But this one is more of a challenge. This is my first game of the week, of course. And not just because it's the Saints versus the Rams, and they both got the same record. There's gonna be a fight, and
Playoff
they
on the
both,
line for both teams too.
yeah, players on line for both teams. So it's gonna be a really good matchup. Um, like I said, it's gonna come down to defense again. Like I said with last week's games with the Giants, so and it's gonna be if the offense gonna step up. Uh, like I said, I think our defense more than capable of getting a few stops on the Rams, shaking up shit for them. But Carr gonna have to play how he been playing these last 2 3 weeks, maybe a little bit better than that, because it was still kind of rough. A little bit better than that, but he's gonna have to be damn near perfect. I don't think he'll have to be perfect, but he's gonna have to be damn near perfect.
I
I'm
think he
saying
needs
that
at least 3 touchdown passes. At least.
just get the completions. We gotta start small. Make sure you're getting completions and you're not throwing in interceptions. Minimize the turnovers. Let's start small, cause yeah. But now we'll say this. I do love what the Rams doing, but we gonna take this W. We hold our destiny in our hands, and we ain't trying to fumble the bag right now.
All right. Next game. This is my first game of the week. The Bengals are excuse me. The Bengals are 8-6 versus the Steelers, 7-7. Steelers at home. I went with the Bengals. I just feel like their narrative of the year is injury, but everyone's kind of getting back to being healthy. And the Steelers, they up and down. They just fired. I think the offensive coordinator last week or the week before, and I just feel like they knew that it's gonna be a tough out for them. And I just don't see the Steelers winning that game. For me, I could see they would have to play damn near perfect as well. They would have to go at it. I think the Steelers got the better defense, but I know the Bengals got the better offense for me. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Okay. Steelers at home. It's gonna be another good game. This is not one of my games of the week, but it's gonna be another good AFC game. But I'm gonna say the Bengals. I just feel like they got the better squad. It's kind of similar to when they played the Steelers played the Saints.
Yeah, so we both got the Bengals. Next game, the Bills 8-6 versus the Chargers 5-9. Chargers at home. I went with the Bills because Chargers don't have Justin Herbert, and the Bills have the playoffs in mind. They're right back in the race. They can finish out strong. They'll be sitting there and possibly pushing out a couple teams to get in the playoffs, and they really need this win. They can't fumble the bag on this one. And I really
Phil.
don't see the Chargers beating them.
Mm. Trent Myers, we see you in the comments. Yo, what's up? You know, the Spotlight Sports. Let us know who you think gonna win these matches too. Now, you said what's the two teams you said again? The Chargers and the who?
The Bills are 8-6, and the
Bills and the
Chargers are
Chargers.
5-9. The Chargers are at home.
This is another good one. I'm gonna say the Bills. I like the Chargers. I like what they're doing, but I just feel like the Bills need that push. Like they've been having some rough ones goals, but they might pull the upset here.
All right, next game, the Commanders are 4-10 versus the Jets, who are 5-9. Jets are at home. I think this is going to be a good game. The Commanders got the better offense. Jets got a better defense, so they're going to really counteract. But I went with the Jets on that one. I just have a feeling that, you know what I mean, the Jets can slow down their offense, and I don't think the Commanders' defense can slow down the Jets' offense, even though the Jets' offense ain't that good. But the Commanders still good without getting rid of their edge rushers. But I think the Jets can bounce back and get a win.
Commanders Jets. That's another interesting game. But I would have to say the Commanders.
All right, so you got the Commanders. I got the Jets. Yeah, that one's not really argue. Can't really argue over that one. The Lions are 10-4 versus the Vikings 7-7. Vikings are at home. I just feel like the Lions are gonna. That's kind of easy for at least analyzing and trying to pick a team on that one. So I went with Detroit. I mean the
Okay,
Vikings, they're middle tier, but they haven't been scoring a lot here lately. And you're gonna have
Trent.
to score a lot to go against Lions.
Not to cut you off, Chief, for all our new visitors, this is Spotlight Sports, where we keep the spotlight on the sports. We talk about football, we talk about basketball, we might talk about baseball, we might talk about hockey. We everywhere. You got me. All I'm saying is this is where we put the topics on the table, and we get busy down to the sports. So back to Chief and what he was saying
Yeah,
for
the Lions 10-4 versus the Vikings 7-7. I got the Lions. Uh,
my second game of the week. I like this game. I like this game. Two tough offenses, but the Detroit Lions been on a tear as of late. Um, but this also a sneaky one because this one could pull an upset easily because you just never know. With the NFL has been unpredictable this year, but this is one of them I feel like could be a sneaky upset as well because there's been a lot of them this year. But I'm gonna say Detroit because they've been on a win streak and they've been looking pretty good as of late going into this preseason.
all right, this next game is my second game of the week. Uh, the Browns are 9-5 versus the Texans 8-6. I went with the Texans because they're at home. The Browns do got a killer defense. Uh, but I think the Texans have a better offense, in my opinion. Uh, but they're not really that off. Like the Texans still got a great defense themselves, and Browns still got a great offense themselves. I just feel like the Browns got an elite defense, and the Texans have an elite offense. And I think the Browns are going to have troubles with C.J. Stroud if he's running out of the pocket and mobile and moving around. So I went with the Texans on this one. It's
This is
a
Browns Texans is another good one. Y'all know how I feel about these conference games, and it's getting close down to the bitter end. It's gonna be another tough one. I'm gonna probably have to say the Browns, but I like what the Texans do. I love what Stroud, CD Stroud, and them doing with the Texans. They can beat the Browns. They're capable, um, really capable. But I'm gonna just gut feeling. I'm gonna just go with the Browns.
Yeah, that's my second game of the week. So you got the Browns, I got the Texans. Next game is the Packers, 6-8 versus the Panthers, 2-12. I said I wouldn't go for the Packers no more, but I'm stuck in it now. I'm not. I Nothing against the Panthers. I'm not going for them. I don't think. And at this point in the season, I don't think you even want to get wins. Trying to get a first pick in the draft with all these teams that are 3-11 and you 2-12. But They beat the Falcons last week, so who knows? Maybe another upset coming. But I went with the Packers.
Packers, Panthers. We know the Packers gonna beat the Panthers. Now the Panthers beat the Atlanta. That matter was a fluke because I hated them so much and I was wishing them loss on them and shit like that, possibly. But this one gonna be different. Don't get too excited, Carolina. The Packers gonna beat your ass.
The next game, the Seahawks 7-7 versus the Titans 5-9. I feel like the Titans have that moment where they can upset and take the Seahawks out of a playoff talk. But the way the Seahawks handled the Eagles, and here late, the Eagles been fumbling the bag, but and even fumbling the ball. But I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this one just because consistency is more consistent than the Titans. Even though I like the Titans squad, but I mean the Seahawks, if they can turn around and beat the Titans, they're back into the talks of playoffs and making a run. So I think they have more on the line. I think Titans are playing for pride right now. Like, let's just try and win. But I think the Seahawks got more on the line. They need to be more focused than ever. It's not the biggest game they had or the hardest game they had this year, but I think this is one of those games that can be a big game if they win it, and it could be a huge disappointment and could hurt them a lot if they lose it. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Mm. I'm gonna say the Seahawks too. I think they had a good game last week. They're gonna be riding that momentum. They played well against Philadelphia, so they got a good chance against Tennessee. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks. Gino, don't let me down this week, Gino.
All right.
You made me lose last week again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, last week they won, but we didn't think they were gonna win against the Eagles. But the Colts are 8-6 versus the Falcons, who are 6-8. And it might be that time of the year. I don't think the Falcons are going to beat the Colts. This might be the end of their their run for the playoffs, especially if if the Saints and the Bucks win, the Falcons might be out of it. Might just be out of this whole thing. Like I said, it's not my game of the week, but I think it's a good game. The Colts 8-6 versus the Falcons 6-8. Just so Hawk Life, I don't know if you heard or not, but I went with the Colts. I think the Falcons might fall off out of the playoff race if other teams win, because I think out of the 3 games, between the Bucks and Jags and Saints and Rams and Seahawks and Titans, they all, I mean, not Seahawks, Titans, but Colts and Falcons, they all are playing some top tier competition, but I just don't think the Falcons are going to beat the Colts. I can't see it right now.
The Colts gonna win. Fuck the Falcons. Always fuck the Falcons. Always will be fuck the Falcons in that regard. And we want y'all to fucking lose. Anyway, y'all ready to lose, so y'all can't do shit. Fuck y'all, suck a dick, all that shit. Yeah, y'all know the Colts win this one.
Yeah, I got the Colts too. So we both got the Colts. My third game of the week is the Jags 8-6 versus the Bucks 7-7. Trevor Lawrence still questionable. Kind of showed some injuries with his hand against his throwing hand against the Ravens. So I do not know if he's going to play or not. But he's not been ruled out as far as yet. But I went with the Jags. I just like the Jags more than the Bucks. But I think the Bucks have a better chance at beating the Jags than the Saints and Rams and the Colts and Falcons. But I still think that the Jags are going to beat the Bucks.
Jags and Bucks. That's my second game of the week. Good game, real good game. And it's one of my game of the week because the one we're gonna be looking at close since our division so close. A Bucks loss will almost guarantee us a playoff spot, so we definitely got to get that loss. Definitely called in for the Jaguars on this one.
Yeah, but you still got to beat the Rams. So I think everyone in your division lose this week, to be honest. But like I said, that was my third game. That was Hawk Life's second game of the week, and this next one is my fourth game of the week. The Cowboys are 10-4 versus the Dolphins, who are 10-4, and I think this is going to be a crazy good game. The Cowboys don't have, Diggs on their side, but the Dolphins, I don't know if they have Tyreek Hill back or not yet. It has been confirmed or denied if he was going to play, but I went with the Dolphins because Cowboys haven't really played good at home, or they played good at home, but they haven't really played good on away games, and they haven't really played good against teams that are above 500. So that's kind of my thought process behind picking the Dolphins, even though I like the Cowboys squad and I do like the Dolphins squad. But I'll repeat what I said real quick. Just a quick recap. I picked the Dolphins over the Cowboys because the Cowboys don't do good on the road and they don't do good against teams above 500. So I'm going to give it to the Dolphins on this one.
Dolphins Cowboys. This is my third game of the week. It's gonna be a very interesting game for sure. This is a tough one to call. Could it go either way? The Dolphins is the better team. I guess you could say on paper, being the better team this year. They had their faults. Everybody had their faults where they slipping up. Um, but I feel still like the Dolphins the team to go to the Super Bowl out the AFC. I'm sorry, Rams, but that's just what I
NFC,
feel.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
AFC.
AFC, they're facing the NFC.
Sorry,
That's what I meant.
sorry, Ravens, but that's just how I feel. I feel like y'all like at least second. I don't think y'all. I think y'all got a possible good chance of beating them, but that's gonna be y'all roadblock. I just feel, just in my opinion. Don't kill me, Baltimore fans. Don't punch me in my mouth.
Hey,
Now that's just
no.
my opinion. But
Hey, we always fuck up the Dolphins, though, so I'm not really worried about it. And if they don't have
but
Tyreek Hill, then there's nothing they really can do.
exactly. But I will say this: gonna be a good fucking game. I'll be watching it. But I'm gonna say the Dolphins over the Cowboys. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys take the win because they gotta like to fight for left too as well. So with all these
They
bets are
need
down
this
to
win,
down
to
gonna
be
be close.
honest.
Yeah,
The Cowboys need this win because I think the Eagles are going to beat the Giants. I'm pretty sure of that. But they've been
they
letting up.
better.
But the Cowboys do need
I
this win.
told y'all they ain't really need the wins though, cause they already damn near in the
Yeah, they're
playoff.
in
They
the
ain't need the
playoffs, but
win.
you want that home field advantage though. You want to be a
Yeah, I
number
knew they
one
need
seed. You
to
want
go
that
like
week
one or
off. You
two
want,
down these last four. Yeah,
yeah.
I
But
understand you want that home field, advantage, but yes, our teams do. They get
so
comfortable
we both
sometimes
got
in
the
there.
Dolphins. This next game is probably my sleeper game. I don't think a lot of people are going to watch this game, but it has potential. The Cardinals 3-11 versus the Bears 5-9, and I went with the Bears. But I love Justin Fields and Kyler Murray. They're going to have a good battle. They're gonna be able to do a lot of things offensively due to both defenses being below average to me. But I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Cardinals, Bears. You want the Bears? That's good. That's this might be the honorable mention game for me only because I know it's gonna be an interesting fight. Even though none of them got no qualms in the fight, no dig in the fight, like really talking about it. They play also probably almost close to dash for the Bears and definitely dash for the Cardinals. Um, but I'm have to say the Bears, but Kyler Murray and them Cardinals. I don't know if he out for the season. I'm not too pretty much sure because I ain't been
No,
following
Murray's
him as
back. I
much.
think he's back.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a good game in that aspect. Justin Fields versus Kyler Murray, but I just think the Bears been putting out some crazy upsets this year. So
Yeah, like you said, they're
it
both
might
out
have
of the
benefit.
playoffs though. They're just like we've been saying the
Right.
last couple weeks. Some teams are playing to see who they want to keep and who they don't. It's basically turning
Mhm.
like the last 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks for losing teams turn into a late season preseason for me. You know what I mean? Like at some point, you're not going to get to the playoffs, and now you're kind of treating it like preseason. Like we're going to test this guy out, we're going to let this guy play, see how he does, and so it's kind of like preseason for some of these losing teams that are going against each other that are out of the playoffs. But I could see that being an honorable mention or your sleeper game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
to say better. Next
Mm-hmm.
game, the Patriots are 3-11 versus the Broncos 7-7,
Hmm.
and I went with the Broncos. I mean, the Patriots have their struggles, but the Broncos had their struggles, but at least they got some brighter moments. They've had better moments than the Patriots by a long shot. So I think it's not over for Russell Wilson. If he can win out the next 3 games, will he do that? I don't know, but I think this is a good start for him to get a win and keep the playoff, berth alive and the playoff conversation going. So I'm definitely going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, this is an easy choice. The Broncos, I think the Patriots can come back next year and figure it out, do some other shit differently. There's been a lot of talks over there, but I'm definitely going Broncos. I think that's a no brainer.
All right. This next game could have been an honorable mention. Could be one of Hawk Life Game of the Week. I think you only used 2 of them, right? Or you used 3?
At least three.
Okay, so you got 2 left. We only got 3 games left. So you out of these 3 games, you're gonna have 2 of them. I got 1 left. But um, you know how Hawk Life feels about his division games, and it's the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Raiders are 6-8, Chiefs are 9-8, and you know what I mean, or not 9-8. My bad. 96. But uh, I went with the Chiefs. Or 9-5. My bad. Chiefs are 9-5. I actually wrote it down wrong. I was looking at something crazy or something. But yeah, I went with the Chiefs at home. I like the Raiders, and you know what I mean. They've been playing better since they restructured their management and their coaching staff. But the Chiefs, I feel like they got a storyline now. Like the refs cheated us. The refs cheated us. Now look at us. Now look at what we're doing. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs again. I just don't feel comfortable going betting against them with a lot of teams in the NFL, but especially the Raiders right now. I don't think the Raiders are going to be able to beat them, and the Chiefs got playoffs in mind. Maybe not the number 1 seed, but they're playing to get in rhythm and figure out their offense with their receivers. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Hmm.
Excuse me.
Um, Chiefs, Raiders. This is my fourth game of the week. This is very, very interesting AFC matchup. Two-sided teams. Um, One got more on the line than the other one, but it's two-sided teams. I might have to say the Chiefs on this one because I've been rocking Mahomes all year, even though he had gave me 1 and 2 fuck us. He been pretty decided on the bat and Q, so I'm going for the Chiefs.
All right. The Giants are 5-9 versus the Eagles 10-4. Even though the Eagles let me down last week, I just can't see them losing 4 games in a row. That's where the question mark is going to be a lot bigger. They added pieces. Maybe I don't know what the reasoning is. Hurts went through a little being battered and dinged up a little bit, but who isn't at this point in the season? But I'm gonna go with the Eagles. They are at home. They have to beat the Giants. Especially if the Cowboys beat the Dolphins, but I don't think they need to beat the Giants, but you don't want to go on a 4-game losing streak. Like you really don't. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one.
Oh, this definitely an Eagles game right here. It's definitely an Eagles game.
All right. So
I
this
ain't
is
got it.
me and Hawk Life. 5th game of the week. It's the last game on the schedule. The Ravens are 11-3 versus the 49ers, who are also 11-3. Could be a Super Bowl preview. But I'm going with the Ravens. You already know.
Answer the door. I would say Ravens 49ers. I'm gonna have to say 49ers being the 49ers at home. Y'all know how I feel about Mahomes. He's not taking nothing from the Ravens because the Ravens could pull this one out easily. They is number 1 in the AFC. And the 49ers kind of
Got the
like
number
number
one
1.
defense.
Yeah,
Both
so
great defenses.
it's gonna be a really, really good matchup. One I'm gonna definitely be on the watch out for. Um,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be close. It can go either way. I'm just picking on the sake that I don't want no trouble, but it could go either way. But
I ain't mad at it. It's my game of the week, so I can see how the 49ers will win. I just think the 49ers To me,
What else?
it's gonna come down to the running game, but
What's happening? Hold on.
it's definitely gonna come down to the running game. Uh, I just feel like the Ravens. You got the 49ers. I got the Ravens. I really do feel like the Ravens are gonna have a little bit of going back and forth. I mean, the Ravens got Lamar Jackson. You know, that's my squad, but you know what I mean? They're going to be able to run around and do their thing, and Lamar Jackson is definitely going to be an X factor. And if the 49ers can't handle him as a mobile quarterback. But I think the 49ers also got Christian McCaffrey. He's going to be able to run around and do his thing as well. So it's going to be a heavy rushing game. I think both teams are going to rush a lot and really attack defense rushing wise. But these are two top defenses in the league, the 49ers and the Ravens. So it's going to be a dope game. It's a Christmas night game, so it's about to be crazy. About to be crazy. But you already know Hawk Life say he got the 49ers. We about to get into NBA talk. And you know what I mean? Speaking of the NBA, while Hawk Life's having his conversation, I'll keep you guys informed. You know, John Morant's back. He had a good game. I'm pretty sure we'll speak on that after we go through the picks and you know what I mean, do what we do for the NBA side. It's gonna be crazy. I know there's a lot of good games this week for basketball. A lot of upsets last week in basketball. Kind of reminded me of last week in football. But yeah, as far as the NFL winnings, I think I got 8 more wins than Hawk Life. So we close. We battling it out. We running out of games for the season betting or like our picks for the season. Then, like I said, when we go to playoffs, each game would still be a point for the playoffs, and then you get a point for the AFC versus NFC Pro Bowl, and then you get 2 points if you predict the Super Bowl winner. So we'll have a little playoff version of our season picks to our postseason picks. So that'd be dope. That'd be all right. But once we get into NBA, it's gonna rock out. It's gonna be crazy. So yeah. But like I said, we've been agreeing on a lot of games. We ain't agree on a lot of games this week. So it's about to go down.
My bad. We had a little family emergency. Give me like 5 minutes. Chief, for tell them some announcements or something. Look, get them caught up.
You know I got you. I'm just trying to light my damn cigarette. Yeah, if we want to go on some announcements real quick. The on wax is heating up. There's battles are coming soon with the on wax. Like y'all know, the female division is having their tournament. That's going to be crazy. Royal Echelons versus Battle Rap Kingdom. That's another thing we got set up. I'm pretty sure another versus is on the horizon. I'm not gonna say who, but there's been talk that some people are ready for a versus. But yeah, as far as the on wax, the people waiting for the on wax, a lot of people have been backing out. A lot of people have been. I'm not going to get into the politics of behind the scenes with that, but just know some of the matches, multiple matches, have been rescheduled or redone, or opponent backed out. We had to find a new opponent, but the on wax is definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to watching and doing. But
Back. Yeah, now what you was saying? What was that last game you was talking about? Where we was at? Catch me up.
we already finished the Ravens and
Oh, we
49ers.
already. Oh, okay, that was the last one.
Yeah,
At
and I
this
was just
point in
saying, I
time,
think the Ravens gonna be crazy.
oh yeah, that's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a
Oh,
dope
you know,
ass
already it's
game.
NBA time. We put the football away. It's NBA. I already mentioned that John Morant's back. We'll probably talk about that after we get into the picks and stuff. But I was just killing time. Um,
Yes,
but
yes.
yeah,
I gotta find these games because we did what Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No, yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I think so.
Okay, okay. All right, got it. Let's get it popping. All right, first game we got the Cavs and the Celtics. We both picked the Celtics. The Celtics won 116-107. And that was your game of the night, also, Chief. Um, Bulls and the Heat was next. We both picked. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. We both picked the Heat. The Heat lost. Okay, and it was 124-116. Next game is Timberwolves and the Mavericks. We both picked the Mavs. Timberwolves won 119-101. It's been a rough one for
I told you
next
there's a
game
lot
was
of
the
upset.
next one, yeah. Next game was the Nets and the Nuggets. The Nuggets, we both picked the Nuggets. The Nuggets won 124-101. Oh shit. 101. Next game was come on, I move this out my way. Yeah, because I gotta reach too far. Next game was the Jazz and the Trailblazers. We both picked the Jazz. The Jazz won 122, 114. Next game was the Thunder and the Kings. Chief picked the Thunder. I picked the Kings. The Kings won 128, 123. Next game was the Warriors and the Clippers. We both picked the Clippers. The Clippers won 121, 113. Yes, sir. Now we go into Friday. First game was the Pelicans and the Hornets, which was my game of the night. We both picked the Pelicans, and the Pelicans won 112-107. Next game is the Pacers and the Wizards. This was one of them games. We both picked the Pacers. The Wizards won 137, 123. Very high scoring game. Next game was the Pistons and the 76ers. We both picked the 76ers. The 76ers won 124, 92. Next game was the Hawks and the Raptors. We both picked the Hawks. The Hawks won 125, 104. Next game is the Magic and the Celtics. We both we we both picked the Celtics. The Celtics won 128, 111. Next game is the Lakers and the Spurs. We both picked the Lakers. That was my game of the night. Chief of game of the night. The Spurs beat the Lakers 129, 115. We both lost that one. And the last one is the Knicks. Well, we must have missed one then. Yeah, we had missed one. But it's okay. Next game, both will get a point for the last game. Next game was the Rockets and the Grizzlies. That's the one we missed. And that was the Rockets won 103-96, but we'll give each a point for that. Missed one. And then the last game was the Knicks and the Suns. We both picked the Suns, and the Knicks won that game. Oh no, we did have the Rockets and the Grizzlies. I was the one that was overdoing it. Okay, let me do that. We're gonna do that over with. I picked the Grizzlies. You picked the Rockets. The Rockets won the game 103-96. I lost that one because I picked the Grizzlies. I don't know how I missed it. And then the last one was the Knicks and the Suns. Um, we both picked the Suns, and the Knicks won. So we both lost that one. All right. Now we go into Saturday. The Pistons versus the Bucks. We both picked the Bucks. The Bucks won 146, 114. Next game was the 76ers and the Hornets. We both picked the 76ers. The 76ers won 135-82. A rout. Sheesh.
A 2K game right there.
Sheesh. The next game was the Hawks versus the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers won 127-119. Chief picked the Cavs. I picked the Hawks, and that was my game of the night, and I lost. Next game was the Pacers versus the Timberwolves. I picked the Pacers. Chief picked the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves won. Chief at that point was on a 4-game streak. Bulls in the Heat. We both Bulls in the Heat. We both picked the Heat. The Heat won 118-116. Keeping the streak alive. Next game was the Nets and the Warriors. We both picked the Warriors. And the Warriors won 124-120. The streak is still alive. Next game was the Thunder and the Nuggets. We both picked the Nuggets. This way your streak ended because the Nuggets lost. The Thunder won. That was your game of the night.
I told you that Chet Holmgren's not he a monster, man.
Yeah, they won by 1 point, 118, 117. Yeah, it was a real good game.
Definitely was game of the night.
Yeah, that was a good game of the night. Mavericks versus Trailblazers. We both picked the Mavericks. They won 131-120. Next game is the Jazz versus the Kings. We both picked the Kings. The Kings won 125-104. And the last game of the night, the Knicks versus the Clippers. We both picked the Clippers, and the Clippers won. So as I tell up these scores, doom, 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 doom.
I should be up by like 2 or 3 now. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, mind you, the score started as I didn't say it at the beginning. 85 for Chifa, 86 for me. So Chifa had 18 extra points. So he has 103. Myself, all right. I had 86. I had 15 extra points. That gives me 101. That gives Chiefs the lead. So I have 101. Chifa has 103. He's up by 2 points. Oh my God, this is getting juicy. It's becoming an interesting basketball season. Now, let's get into the new. Let's see what weeks we playing with, cause you know how it be. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna do Friday, Saturday, Friday, Christmas Eve, and Christmas. So the next episode is gonna be a very special episode, and it's probably gonna be the last one for the year. If we decide to do one the day after Thanksgiving. So you'll get these scores out of the day after Thanksgiving. You'll
Christmas,
probably
yeah,
get
after
the
Christmas,
episode.
yeah.
Or you may get it the week after that, right before New Year's. You just never know. But it's gonna be a very special episode. Since we're not gonna see y'all till after Christmas, Merry Christmas to y'all. Make sure y'all enjoy the
Mhm.
holidays and stay safe. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get into these picks. Oh my God! First game. For Friday, December the 22nd, the Raptors versus the 76ers.
I'm gonna go with the 76ers. They got more star power. They're figuring out Russell off the bench, and they just been looking way better than when they first got James Harden. So I think
Okay.
I think they can take that one.
I but have to agree with you on that one. Next game is the Nuggets versus the Nets.
I gotta go with the Nuggets. Ben Simmons been playing good, but you got Joker right there. And if they
Yeah, for
offset
me
each other,
that's
then Jamal Murray's still doing his thing.
yeah. For me that's a no brainer. I went with the Nuggets on that. I feel like that's a no brainer. Uh I like what Spencer did with it and Ben Simmons been doing in Brooklyn, but it's not enough for the Nuggets. Ain't nobody gonna stop Joker for one. You know. Now to talk about the other intangibles. Next game is the Mavs versus the Rockets.
I like what the Rockets been doing, but I'm gonna go with Dallas. I think Lucas just
Okay,
he hot, he doing his thing. But
okay.
Jalen Brunson and them Rockets ain't no joke either. But I'm gonna take the
Okay,
Cavs or the
okay,
Mavs.
okay. I would have to say the Mavericks too. I do like what the Rockets doing. I just feel like the Mavericks got the better team on paper. Next game is the Hawks versus the Heat.
I'm gonna go with Miami. I like the Hawks, but I just think Miami's built to handle the three, and if they can't handle the three, they can have a shootout with it. Um, so I just see more lane driving getting to the hoop for Miami.
Okay. Hawks Heat. I think it's gonna be a really good game. Um, it's the resting game of the week. This probably gonna be the game of the week. But for me,
Game of the
but
night,
I'm
yeah.
not. I mean, the game of the night. I'm sorry for me, but I'm not gonna predict that check. Or they still got one more game. But I'm gonna say the Suns. I like the Kings. I like. I mean, wrong game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say the Heat. I like the Hawks. This could go either way, but I'm gonna stick with the Heat. Heat at home gonna be trouble. Next game is the Suns versus the Kings.
That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a really good game. But I'm gonna go with the Suns. But I
Yeah, I
do like the
also
Kings.
went with the Suns. I
You know
like the
how I
Kings.
feel
I
about
like what they're
Sabonis.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sabonis is he a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I also went with the Suns. Sabonis is a problem, but I just felt the Suns Durant be giving people fits. Last game for Friday is the Wizards versus the Warriors.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors because they know
Okay.
how Kuzma play. Or yeah, they know how Jordan Poole. They just know them players too well. I think they'll be able to pull it off.
Hmm. Okay. I feel like I like this. I'm gonna say the Warriors, even though they. I knew they was gonna lose after the Draymond shit because the hate space motherfuckers was gonna be in, but I'll definitely say the Warriors for this. Um, yeah, Curry. I know he skunk out the place last game just recently, but he gonna figure it out. Dun, dun, dun. Now, which game out of all those games was your game of the night?
The Hawks and the Heat. I mean, you. I wouldn't be mad if someone said the Suns and the Kings, but I just feel like the Hawks and the Heat got that star power with Trey Young going off with uh Kevin Durant, Booker, either one you want to point out as the matchup. I think we'll see more Devin Booker and Trey Young going at it, but I just think that matchup is the one of the night. It's just the best looking game on paper. Will it be the best game of the night? I don't know, but I would say to predict the game of the night, yeah, I would have to put my eggs in that basket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Bucks. Oh, yeah. I also say the Heat and the Hawks and the Heat. I just feel like it's an interesting matchup. Two-star power athletes against each other. Point guards. Jim Butler kind of play powerful a little bit, small for a little bit, but it'll be a good game between these two teams, and I'm looking forward to it. Um, Now we're going to Saturday. Saturday start off with the Bucks versus the Knicks.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I Dame time. I mean, the Knicks they're scrappy and they fight, but I gotta go with the Bucks.
Now
There's a
you,
handful
now
of teams.
you, now you know, now you know, them damn Knicks scrap, but they ain't got a chance in hell.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm just saying they scrappy, but I mean every team got a chance, but I don't think that's gonna be their
Well,
chance.
nah, that ain't it. Yeah, that's too much for the Knicks to handle right there, man. But yeah, I definitely went with the Bucks. Next game is Celtics versus the Clippers.
um, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be. Damn. I'm gonna go with Boston. Nah, I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Nah, that's how I feel in my head right now. But if I had to settle, uh I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Clippers
Mm.
off a
Celtics
bench.
cook.
I love the
Mm.
Celtics though. I hate to do it, but
Mm.
I just think the Clippers got the bench. I'm kind of torn between those two teams. That's a hell of a game right there. Merry fucking Christmas.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say the Celtics. I can see why people say the Clippers, but this is they got a lot of games for Saturday night, but sheesh, this a banger right here. This a banger. Next game, Rockets versus Pelicans.
I'm gonna go with the Rockets on that one. Something tell me to go with the Rockets, so I'm gonna go with them. I haven't went with them a lot. Pelicans is definitely a tough team to face for them, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rockets.
Okay, you know I'm going with the Pelicans. That's the home team. I gotta ride or die. You know how that goes. Now, next game is the Magic versus the Pacers.
I'm gonna go with the Magic. Pablo, I tell you that man crazy now. Even though Halliburton's
Mm.
but that's gonna be a hell of a game too.
So you chose the Magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Magic on that one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Pacers. I'm gonna be the man. Our both teams got solid young cores. This could be a good game.
Shit, we agreed on
Um,
all the last games night before Christmas Eve. Now we disagreeing on every game on Christmas.
yeah, this
Yeah.
Christmas Eve right here. It's Christmas
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Eve.
Christmas Eve. My bad. Yeah.
And then we got Christmas is when I get the next games. It's Christmas Eve here. Big old Christmas Eve. Uh Nuggets versus Hornets is next.
I'm gonna go with the Nuggets.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, that's kind of a no brainer. I like LaMelo do, but he need a little bit more help over there. So I'm gonna say the Nuggets. Jazz versus the Raptors is the next game.
I'll go with the Jazz. Just like them more than the Raptors.
Okay. So you pick the Jazz over the Raptors. Raptors at home playing the Jazz. I do like the Jazz team a little bit more, but I do like the Raptors squad too. They can always pull an upset. Um, but I'm gonna say the Jazz on this one because I'm really not 100% sure. Grizzlies versus Hawks is next. Ding, ding.
Grizzly versus who?
Hawks.
Hawks. That's Trey Young versus Ja. Uh,
Mm.
I'm I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies. I do like the Hawks. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like John Morant's he's fresh, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna let him do what he does. But that's a crazy matchup. That could be a game of the night right there too.
Mm. It could. So you went with the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I'll go with Memphis.
Look, Ja coming back, he on the tell who's to know how he's gonna play. But Ja not playing, he just come in that motherfucker going crazy. Um, but we're gonna definitely say the Grizzlies. But I do like the host. I do like the host. I wouldn't be surprised if the host win at home. Next game is the Pistons versus the Nets.
Um, mm, I'm gonna go with Detroit. Upset. I do.
Yeah,
That's gonna do their thing, but I'm gonna go with Detroit. They scrappy.
I'm gonna go with the Nets. I'm gonna be double advocate. I feel like the Nets can win at home against the Pistons. Probably the only team this year they can get a convincing win against. Not saying that you know these guys is pushovers or anything, but yeah, they got a better chance being that they're at home. Next game is the Lakers and the Thunder.
Oh God damn. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Lakers, but damn, Chet Holmgren, he's probably my favorite rookie. I like him more than
Okay,
Victor, but I'm gonna go with Lakers.
okay. I'm gonna also go with the Lakers, and I ain't going against LeBron. Cavs versus the Bulls.
And go with Cleveland.
Cleveland Rocks. Oh, this gonna be a good one too. This is another good game. You got Donovan Mitchell against Zach Levine. I don't know if Lonzo back yet, but they got a little squad in Chicago as well. It's
Alex
a tough
Caruso and
call.
all them boys.
Yeah, it's a tough call because it can go either way. Um, but I'm gonna say the Cavs. Next game is the Blazers versus the Warriors.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I'll take the Warriors over the Trailblazers.
Yeah, the Trailblazers in the rebuild, so I think the Warriors do got this one. The next one is the Spurs versus the Mavs.
Mm, I'm gonna go with Dallas. I I like the Spurs. Don't get me wrong, but I just like Dallas more.
I feel like every situation where it can really go either way, depending on how it's played. But when I'm doing all right, I just feel like the Mavs got a few more weapons, so they got the advantage. So I'm gonna say the Mavs. And the last game is the Kings. I mean the Timberwolves versus the Kings.
I'm gonna go with the Kings. Some bonus.
Okay, call out to the town. Call out to the times he's doing this thing in Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, they got a few heads over there. This gonna be a good one as well. But I think the Kings do have the better team on paper, so I'm gonna go with the Kings. Now we get into the Christmas game, and we're doing something special just for the Christmas game. It's the holidays, and it's the day of giving. So what we're giving for the Christmas games is each game on Christmas is worth 5 points. Each win on Christmas is worth 5 points. This could change the landscape of this here competition. The surprises they keep on coming. We got 5 games for Christmas. The big
Oh
five, and
wait,
these are big
game of the
five.
night for Christmas Eve.
Game of the night for Christmas Eve first, then I'll tell you the 5 games for Christmas. Game of the night for Christmas Eve.
Clippers and Celtics.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. If we being realistic, that probably is the game of the night. Uh, but I'm not gonna give it to my pack this week. Uh, I really want to give it to my Pelicans because it's the home team for me. But the Celtics and the Clippers is really gonna be the game of the night. But yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I like that. Saints the honorary mention. I mean the Pelicans the honorary mention. Pelicans Rockets. Now Christmas, Christmas, Christmas times is here. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Yes, sir. So we got 5 big games for Christmas. The first big game for Christmas, well, it's probably a subpart, not really a big game, but a big game. The Bucks versus the Knicks. Who you
I'm going
got
with the Bucks.
winning? Yeah, that may be a no-brainer right there. Now this next one gonna shake up shit, and I want to see what people gonna say. The next one, this is what one of the big games, probably top two. The Warriors versus the Nuggets.
I'm going with the Nuggets.
Ooh,
Warriors
I'm gonna
don't
go
got
with the
them Warriors no
Warriors.
more.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I'm gonna have faith. They got a few weapons. They got Chris Paul. They got Clay. They got Steph. They gonna need them to step up, man, and actually do something. So we're gonna see. Next game is another blockbuster game. Maybe potential to be game of the night. Potential because I know y'all heard two already. And was like I can hear people saying the Warriors Nuggets too. But Celtics versus the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lakers on that one.
I'm going with Lee Bron on that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics take it because they got more weapons, honestly. Next game, another one in a potential toss of being a game of the week. Who's to know? 76ers versus the Heat.
Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna go with the Heat. I'm gonna go with the Heat. I almost said 76ers, but I'm gonna go with the Heat. I'm gonna double down on that. I like Miami.
Hmm. I went with the 76ers. I like what Embiid been doing, him and Masters. So, I feel like they got a good chance to win, even though the Heat at home. So I went 76ers. And the last game, this is another one, man. It's got so much potential being game of the night. You just have no idea the star power in this game. The Mavs versus the Suns.
Mm. I'm gonna go with the Suns just because they got more. It's for me more. They're even on stars, but I think they got more pieces.
Mm. It's a tough one to call for me. This can go either way. You got Luka Doncic, you got Kyrie on this side, you got Durant, you got Booker, you got a few other pieces in the Suns on this side. It's about pretty much even match out. Man, the whole question is for me, will the Mavericks be able to stop Durant? I know what Kyrie gonna do. I know what Luka gonna do. Luka gonna put up probably 30 something. Kyrie may do 20 something. But it's a matter is the defense on both sides and who had a better defense in this outcome. Um, I'm gonna say Dallas. I want to be in this. I'm gonna make this Christmas card interesting. I'm gonna say Dallas.
Yeah, I got the Suns. My game of the night.
Mm.
The game of the night gotta be Boston and Lakers, Boston Celtics and LA Lakers. That's the biggest rivalry in NBA for me. Uh, could be argued, but that's just everyone knows them two and their rivalry. So definitely got to give that game of the night for my end.
That's also game of the night for me, man. I can't wait to see it. Rivalry upon rivalry upon rivalry. Now we're gonna get into some news. First and foremost, welcome back to the motherfucking court. The young prince, the future king himself, Bronny James, made it back to the court after the hard incident. To see him out there playing. What you think about that? How you feel about that? And people was talking about his stats being real low, but it's his first game, couple games back. When you think he get back to where he was?
Uh, I like it as long as we're looking at his health, but especially his first couple games back, I think it's a mental thing for Bronny because you don't want to push it because you're scared and something might fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? But I commend him for coming back and trying, you know what I mean, not listening to everyone saying his career was over and all the talk that was around surrounding that incident. Um, but I wish nothing but, you know what I mean, good health for anybody in that regard. But as far as actually playing basketball, I think that's something that he's gonna have to cope with and deal with. And, you know what I mean? I think he does play a little more different. He's not as aggressive, and I just think it's because he doesn't want to, you know what I mean, strain himself or make sure he getting back into shape to push it the way he did. So, I mean, and in that regards, I mean, you can't really blame him uh, for putting health first. But that's what I would say is advice. I would say put your health first. You know what I mean? Something don't feel
Oh
right.
yeah.
Don't stay on the court. Make sure you get out of there. You know what I mean? But I'm glad to see it. Happy to see it. Like you said.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for Bronny for being back, but I do want to take his health first. You know what I'm saying? But he did look good out there. He had a couple assists, couple shots here and there. He gonna progress as he go. Take it a day at a time. Don't trip on the stats. Just play the game you love. Be grateful to be able to just play the game you love. Now, in other joyful conversations, that guy is back. That guy is back. That's a fact. John Morant just came in and dropped a 20-something piece with some assists and some rebounds. The boy came in and went
Yeah,
crazy
34.
on my Pelicans. 34 went crazy on my Pelicans. Now look, I love my Pelicans, but I'm gonna call it what it is. They shouldn't have got my dog out the league from the beginning. I mean, for no fucking BB gun. Come on, man, a toy gun, bro. Like, cut it out. You know what I'm saying? But he back, and he did what he was supposed to. Let make sure he reintroduced himself. You know what I'm saying? And definitely in a big way, the Memphis Grizzlies needed that boost. They might be a threat coming down. They might be too far gone this year. I ain't gonna lie, but next year, they're gonna be a threat. Playing with a
I
different type of move.
to me, I don't think that's the case. Yeah, they're
Mm,
behind, but look at the records before. It was like second best team, second, third best team was the best team one year, a couple years ago, win loss records, if I'm not mistaken, or up there. So I think they got a chance to get in the play in. I really do think that. I think Memphis might get into the play in.
mm.
But things will have to they have to knock down games now, catch people off guard with John Morant um having a little more win than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like he's rested, he's good to go. Um but I don't see him sitting out of any games for the rest of the season unless it's due to injury. I don't see them load managing John Morant at all. You gotta let him play. Um but yeah, I think they have a chance. I honestly do.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, other news. From my understanding, they were saying that uh Draymond was suspended indefinitely, but they said the most that he could see is probably 9 weeks. You think that's justifiable or that's overkill?
We touched on last week. I think a bigger suspension should be a warning. And what a lot of people aren't understanding is like I said last week, that came to light from the NBA and Adam Silver, whatever fuck. It wasn't just that incident. It was the
Mm-hmm.
it was the
Multiple incidents.
pile of incidents in a whole. All the things. So then they weren't just looking at that certain situation. They were looking at every situation. You know what I mean? So people saying it's unfair. I still say, hey, that's his job. He's an enforcer. I don't say he's in the wrong for being that type of guy. A lot of people have came out and said, oh, he picks on people that won't fight back and that he knows is going to rattle them and they won't do nothing. And he's a bully and this, that, and the third. That's been going around a lot of sports shows and analysts pretty much putting that, you know what I mean, label on him. But it's been his job since he came to the Warriors to be the aggressor and be the trash talker and not to cause problems, but cause a little turmoil in the game to throw somebody off their game. But I kind of agree with the suspension because you don't want everyone else thinking they can do it too. You don't want another Malice in the Palace type situation, even though he's been kind of he hasn't had like a fan interaction where he's went off on a fan, but he does player versus player. But you kind of don't want that to turn into something else with other players in the league. So I can see, like I said, I think they should have suspended him until after the All-Star break, and that's kind of what's going on. But at the same time, you know what I mean? You might as well just tell him he can't play for the rest of the season. And at that point, at that many games, you might as well just tell him this season over and move on. But I see a big suspension. I said that last week. I'm not mad at it. And
Yeah,
honestly, he should
I'm
be
not
grateful that it is just that long too.
right because he did some shit, and whether it was intentional or unintentional. That last situation seemed a little bit intentional, and it was at the last two situations seemed a little intentional. The first one was obviously intentional when he choked the man out. The second one seemed intentional as well. He tried to make it look like he was falling, and he really wasn't. Um, but like I said, I do understand that he's an enforcer. Some people play a dirty game. Unfortunately, basketball you can't play dirty like that, man, because that shit get cold. You gotta keep your dirty to a limit if you want to say that. You know what I'm saying? They starting to cut out on a lot of that dirty shit, flopping, false hits, and all that shit. When you hit somebody in their face, you know, you gotta, you ain't going up for the ball. It's kind of like, damn, like, but yeah, he definitely deserved whatever suspension he get. If you gonna make one example, you gotta make them all examples. Now you ain't gotta get the other dude, Josh Gideon, while they playing around with him. But other than that, it's been a lovely basketball season. Like I said, if y'all want to see us to after Christmas, so Merry Christmas to y'all. Enjoy y'all Christmas. You know what I'm saying? The award show coming up, so be tuned for that. If we don't get it done by the 31st, we'll have it done by at least the 10th of next month. But we definitely working. We getting everything chopped together. We'll start getting the performances and everything locked in. We just been having a lot of shit going on. A lot of stuff behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Spotlight Sports. We keep the sports in the spotlight. Spotlight Sport. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holidays, man. Cause
We'll see y'all for New Year's. Spotlight Sports.
yeah. Oh yeah.